But the movement is transformed from them and then to us and now. This is our moment because our time has come to defend our rights. This is one step in that great legacy. Let's march with solemnity.
Keep hope alive! 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 Keep hope alive!
Se siente, Minnesota está presente. Se ve, se siente, Minnesota está presente. Se siente, Minnesota está presente. Se ve, se siente, Minnesota está presente.
I know you guys seen that video of Jesse Jackson's son marching with Somalians and various other immigrant ethnic backgrounds, reenacting the Selma March for voting rights on behalf of my people. A lot of the people in our community find that that's very disrespectful, being that any other day, I'm not saying as individuals, but a lot of people in general with immigrant backgrounds or what have you, regurgitate the white supremacist notions and rhetoric that Black Americans are criminals, Black Americans are baby mamas and baby daddies, we're culturalists, like I was talking about yesterday. You don't have any mutual respect for us, but then you want to take a page out of our book and use our ethnic legacy, our ancestors' legacy, to garner attention and sympathy for the problems that you're going through in this country as an illegal immigrant. It's one thing if you would have respect for us and have mutual respect, but you people do not have mutual respect for the foundation that was laid by my people and by our ethnic group of people, but you want people to feel sorry for you and rally behind you when you have problems. That's not how that works, and that's why we feel like it's disrespectful when you guys try to reenact that march or what have you. That's very, very disrespectful what y'all are doing, because y'all never respect us any other day. We tell you to stop using the N-word. We tell you to stop regurgitating these white supremacist talking points that are detrimental to our community, and you still do it, acting like we don't stick together, acting like we're a degenerate class of people. But then you want to use our civil rights legacy to garner sympathy. That's bullshit.
See, I wasn't going to touch on the whole Somali, DNC, Selma roots, but it just wasn't sitting right with my spirit. I mean, besides the fact that these people didn't know what the hell was going on, nor why they were doing it. I mean, just look at these confused faces on these people. Besides all that, the DNC got some damn gall, some audacity to desecrate on Black American legacy, the audacity to claim that our legacy is the past, and their desperate attempt at replacing us with mass immigration is the present. Y'all have been trying to replace God's favorites for well over a century. And now there's 50 million or more of us. From the blood and bones in this soil to every law that's been created, we are this country. You can't replace us. What the hell are you fake protesting for exactly? ICE deportations? And trying to compare that to everything we've been through? Well, it's failing. They know it's failing. They know that civil rights era docile blacks vote that they had a stranglehold on is over. The delineation movement cooked everything they have going, and that cannot be overstated nor denied. This is a desperate attempt at concocting a new era to mimic civil rights, just like the Small Hats did. But the issue is that you can't do that without the soul people, the original people of this land, the foundation, the warrior class, the only people who've always fought YTs consistently for centuries. You playing these games with a bunch of people who fled their homelands and their fight at home to be a part of your system. We've never fled and always opposed your system. You see how that works? That's why all your manufactured pivoting has fallen on deaf ears. Nobody believes you. Nobody believes these people, because you ain't fighting for nothing. You ain't got nothing to fight for in this country. You just climbing on our backs, hijacking our legacy with no leg to stand on, while trying to erase us all at the same time, as if we don't have the loudest voice and the biggest bite in the room. You can't make the impossible possible, but we can. You in a spiritual WAR with my ancestors now. May the best man win, and it won't be you.
Hello you all, welcome back. My name is Kola, and we're going to talk about something that is so interesting and is getting heated online real quick. And so apparently there's a lot of tension right now after the Somali American immigrants joined a march to Selma. Yeah, Selma. And some black Americans are not happy about it. People are saying it feels disrespectful, like they are erasing their history. And I get why emotions are high, because Selma is not just any place. That's tied to the Selma and Montgomery marches that the foundation of black Americans had, and especially the Bloody Sunday. And when peaceful black protesters were literally beaten on that bridge while fighting for their voting rights, then that's deep history that shouldn't be erased, and that's trauma, and that's full sacrifice coming from the foundation of black Americans. So now fast forward to today, you've got Somali communities marching there as well, but they're talking about immigration and ICE deportation and their own struggles in America. And they should look for their own day to go fight and fight for their struggles, and not choose the same fight that the black Americans had. But let's first watch how black Americans are reacting to this. They are so furious about it. And then you're going to come back with a full commentary at the end of the video. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'll gladly appreciate if you guys do so.
Y'all, they're trying to erase the legacy of Bloody Sunday. You know how black Americans marched from Montgomery to Selma for voter rights peacefully, only to be met by a violent mob of state troopers with tear gas and clubs? You know that legacy that's already solidified? They said they're moving that forward in the name of immigrant rights.
But the movement is transformed from them and then to us and now. This is our moment, because our time has come to defend our rights. This is one step in that great legacy. Let's march with solemnity. Somebody! 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 Oh, deep in my heart.
Y'all don't see it, but I'm puking in my soul, because out of all groups, you telling me Somalis decide to tether on to black American legacy? These people that call black Americans Jarirs, all the years that Ilhan Omar been in office, she never addressed her Somali community as black nor African, because they're Somali, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't tether on to a legacy that's already been solidified. You cannot carry this legacy forward, because this was for the voter rights of black Americans. It wasn't for immigrant rights. Find another movement, right? I got a lot of respect for the free watermelon people, because they're original. They found their own movement and carried out their own legacy. Why don't you find some of that? You know what I'm saying? Some originality. But yeah, this is disrespectful to me. This is despicable and quite disgusting. Find your own movements. Stop tethering on to black American struggle, because the black American struggle does not run parallel to the immigrant struggle in this country. Again, Somalis.
FBA and the descendants of slaves. I see everybody on here pissed about these old flat-footed ass Somalians taking their musty asses down to Selma. Well, so am I. So what are we going to do about it? I've been on this app about a year and a half. The moment I hopped on here, I seen live panels, all these posts about FBA and how we going to delineate and da-da-da-da. So who's planning to march to the Office of Management? Because I'm ready. We see these groups organizing, so when are we? All this chit-chatting and yapping in these panels and making these videos, this ain't moving the needle. We need to be seen. We need national presence, just like they're doing. We need to push back on all this. Let them know we need to be a protected class. We want our lineage to be protected. Everybody think the 14th Amendment, yes, they're dogging the fuck, they're dog walking that. And we got to cross our fingers that this summer that the Supreme Court upholds it for our ancestors. And what if they don't? What if they don't? We'll still be operating under this replacement theory and having all these different African groups coming into our communities, erasing us. Thinking it's cool to go march on Selma after we didn't already laid the pavement. These people ain't never had to sit in the back of a bus. They never had their cities bombed here. They never had the dogs sicked on the hoses. Them was our ancestors and our people. And we're going to allow that to be erased by them? People that fled their homelands? No, I don't think so. So when's the march? When's the march to D.C.? Where we going to start at Philly? I mean, how we going to do it? We should do a caravan from Philly all the way to D.C. How we doing it? Then get to D.C. and march? How are we doing this? Because all that yip yapping and talking, we gotta put our money where our mouth is. We gotta be seen and heard. Otherwise, it's all for nothing. And you motherfuckers that's been online doing this for years, you're no different than the Al Sharptons or the Jesse Jacksons. If the only thing you're gonna do is sit up here and talk about it and get paid off these TikTok coins, you're not doing nothing but exploiting us too. So I'm gonna call y'all out. Because different don't mean better. So what we gonna do? I'm ready for the barbecue. I'm ready for, I'll be the one with the Shastas. I'll be with the one with the Shastas and ice. Because I ain't cooking. So how we doing this? I really want to fucking know at this point.
Man, y'all, they marching on Selma. They are marching on Selma and Edmund Pettus Bridge. Oh my goodness. I heard somebody say in a space, I think it was Tariq's space, they're having a Musty Man March. We are truly the blueprint. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. We are the blueprint. We always will be and forever be the blueprint. These people hate us, but want to be us. They truly want to be us. But hate us because they can't be us. They are marching. Yo, they are marching on the Edmund Pettus. Oh, God. Oh, man. Listen, I don't even know what else to say.
The Selma March, the moment that changed America. But here's what most people don't know. Here's a question that'll spark a debate fast. Was the Selma March the single most important protest in American history, or just one part of a much bigger movement? Let's break it down. In 1965, thousands set out from Selma to Montgomery, but the world remembers Bloody Sunday when peaceful marchers were beaten on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Little known fact, the entire march was supposed to last 5 days. But the first attempt didn't even make it a single mile. Another fact most people miss. The Voting Rights Act was signed just 5 months later, directly influenced by those events, one of the fastest federal responses to any civil rights protest. But here's where people argue. Some say John Lewis was the true face of Selma. Others say it was Martin Luther King Jr.'s leadership that pushed it forward. And some locals say the unsung heroes were the everyday Alabama residents who marched, fed, housed, and protected the movement. And here's the debate starter. Did Selma change America? Or did America finally change because Selma forced it to? Drop your thoughts below. Who do you think was the most important voice of the Selma March, and why?
This is where the clash is happening. And some Black Americans are like, hold on, this space was built on our blood. It was built on our fight. And we are wondering how you're coming in and changing the meaning of this march. While on the other side, Somali immigrants are like, we are not erasing anything. We are continuing the fight for rights, just in our own way. And honestly, this is complicated to even judge because to some point, the Black Americans feel like this is disrespect. And honestly, because both sides are speaking from real experiences, and one side is protecting a legacy that cost lives and should never be erased, and the other side is fighting not to be silenced or deported. But here's the real question nobody wants to sit with. Can different struggles share the same historic space without feeling like they're being replaced? Or does it always feel like someone is being pushed out? Because I'm seeing people online going back and forth, and some are saying this is solidarity, and others saying it's pure disrespect. And I think what's missing is actual conversation and a unity, and not just outrage, not just you're wrong, you stay in your lane, you don't deserve to match our fight. Because at the end of the day, both groups are talking about rights, dignity, and being heard. But history, especially Black American history, carries a lot of weight, as we all know, and that not everyone fully understands what they really went through. So yeah, this isn't just about a match anymore. It's about identity. It's about their own ownership of their own history, and who gets to stand in spaces that was built through their own pain. And what do you think, guys? Is this solidarity, or is it crossing a line that the Somalis shouldn't even cross? Because that is a war they're starting with the Black Americans, then that is what they feel. Because they would have chosen another day or another different match that doesn't involve or include the Black Americans. And so I want to hear from you guys how you feel about it. And finally, credit goes to all the respective owners of the clips and content used in my video. Your thoughts and perspective, guys, made today's work possible. And if you loved today's video and you would want to see more of this, ensure to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And also don't forget to leave a comment and share this video widely. Remember, it helps the channel grow. And I'll see you in the next one.